Rick Hummel, St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Jack, what was your expectation for tonight, and did you meet that?
Yeah, I mean, it's to go out and give the team a chance to win the game. Same as it always is. Go out, try to give us a chance to win, and keep making pitches until Schulte tells me, that's it. That's good enough. So I felt like I was able to do that, stay in the moment, stay present, not try to get ahead of myself and not try to do too much.
How long did it take you to settle into the rhythm that you're accustomed to?
I felt like pretty quickly. Once Yadi was back there, I think it just took one pitch. Once threw that first strike in there, felt like everything was pretty normal. It was a nice atmosphere to pitch in. Kind of hearing everybody and hearing the, just the excitement. So it was a little buzz. It was nice to have.
Did you feature a knuckle curve a little bit more than before tonight?
Yeah, I was working. You got to go with what's working on that night, and that pitch was working, so we were able to get through it with a lot of that and a lot of fastballs as well.
Thank you.
Katie Wu, The Athletic.
Hey Jeff, welcome back to Zoom.
Thank you.
I know you talked about how much you've missed competing, but I was wondering if there was anything that you didn't realize that you missed until you got back out there and experienced it again.
I think competing with these guys specifically, competing is one thing, but then, being able to look out and having Yadi put signs down, and, I always, before every hitter, I just reach over and kind of acknowledge Goldie, and seeing him over there and seeing those guys out there in the field. Just a different feeling coming into the dugout and being a part of that and knowing seeing my name in the lineup card and being able to compete with these guys. That was something I missed.
What was your emotion, or how did you stay calm throughout the day? Was there a lot of excitement for you?
I was pretty calm throughout the day. It was just a matter of making sure my routine stayed pretty normal. And if I can do that, then for the most part, I'll feel prepared. And once we went through our pregame meeting and went over these hitters, everything felt pretty normal. And it was we were back in a rhythm pretty quickly.
Last one from me. When Nolan and Tyler go back to back, you come back and you bounce back with a 6-pitch fourth inning. Seeing your offense come together like that, how much does that fuel you?
Those are the innings where you got to come out and. We talk about shutdown innings all the time, and that was one of those. It was, hey, those guys go back to back. Miners had pitched well up to that point and even after that, but you get back-to-back home runs like that, and you can go out and put up a shutdown inning and put up some zeros. It was one of those. This is the intensity creeps up a little bit there, and the intensity and the focus just goes up, and you're like you want to go out and put up a zero. So that was my focus that inning, and then from there, guys continued to add on. Took good at bats all night. It was just all around. Everybody did their job.
Thank you.
Jeff Jones, Belleville News Democrat.
Hey Jack, to Kamish's question about the knuckle curve, would it be fair, accurate to say that maybe there were two variations at least of that pitch tonight? It looked like there were a couple of curveballs and maybe had slightly different shape and velocity. Is that not right? I mean, we were watching it up here and it sort of seemed like that was the case.
I mean, it just changes depending on if we're throwing it 0-0 or if we're throwing it with two strikes. It's kind of with every pitch. Every pitch is going to be different depending on the situation. Being able to add and subtract or just the sharpness of it, it's going to change, but something able to do with slider and the heater as well. So it's just it was just one of those. I had a good feel for it tonight, and we were able to pitch off it.
Was there any part of your rehab process that involved sort of that kind of self-analysis, maybe where you were looking at repertoire and usage and considering maybe changes you could make, whether it was for a physical reason or just maybe to have different pitch selection that might feature for you a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, when I was asked about the last couple starts and what I thought about it, what I was going into it was, it was all about, honing in on my breaking stuff and honing in on that, on just making sure that stuff was locked in, that the slider and the curveball were there, and then I would have them, and that I was able to, lock it in with my fastball. So it was just something that's been, I've had a lot of time to work on stuff, and to be able to have that feel for that pitch today was good to have, and it was important. And when Yadi's calling it, it just adds confidence to you. It adds a lot of confidence when he's back there calling it, and he's got confidence when he puts those fingers down.
When you have the time that you have, is there a challenge in making sure that you don't tinker too much? Right, like over the course of a season, there are natural adjustments that happen as you react to hitters and they react to you. When you have a block of time when you're out, is there anything to be said for making sure that there isn't too much change and you're not overcorrecting in that way?
I think when things feel good, you just got to trust your stuff and continue to work with that until, you're shown that you need to change something. So it was just a matter of if things feel good, just continue to work with that and continue to refine it and make it better.
Zach Silver, MLB.com.
Hey Jack, I'm curious, once you have this date circled for you, what does your process look like in this last week to just get, I know this is kind of what the rehab starts are there for, but to kind of visualize what does that process look like for you from a mental standpoint, and how does that kind of manifest when you get out there today?
It was just a lot of, I always go in and prepare, but I had a week in between, and it's really easy to over prepare and look at their stuff too much. So I always I just made sure that I went about my business and worked on my stuff, and made sure I looked at them just the right amount, not overanalyze things or look at too much information, have too many numbers going on in my head. And at the end of the day, I didn't shake once today. Everything Yadi put down, I threw. So it made my job really easy with him back there, and just getting the ball, whatever he put down, and us, me being in agreement with it. So that made my job really easy. He did an unbelievable job tonight. It was great to get back on the mound and throw to him.
Yes, what was the comfort, you kind of touched on it, the comfort there, and for him to get Dyson for that last is that just picking up the same old
that's an unbelievable throw. Off a curveball, it was either going to be one of those, I was going to throw a really good one in the zone, and I ended up throwing a horrible one, but ended up working out as almost a pitch out. And then he did the rest of it, and Paulie stuck his nose in there. Tough catch right as Dyson's coming in. So both those guys did an unbelievable job right there. So that was a big play to end that inning and continue to move on from there.
Thank you.
Back to you, Commish.
I know you like to be the complete player. This will be your last interleague start on the road. Are you looking forward to batting again the rest of your games?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting back in there. But I'm just, the way these guys played tonight, top to bottom, everybody in the lineup just did a good job. Lars coming off the bench, and continuing to add on, which is something that, you can never have too many runs. And you see it there. We get into eighth inning and get into a, tough situation there, bring Gio in, Gio gets out of it, but the offense continued to add on, and that made that situation a little bit easier. You could breathe a little bit more. And then again, we continue to add on. Lars hitting the home run in the ninth, coming off the bench. He's always itching for that opportunity. He stayed locked in the whole time, and you could see it. Pinch hitting is a tough thing to do, especially as a young guy just trying to come up. So it was up and down. Everybody was outstanding tonight.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Ha ha ha.